Welcome back. As you know, I'm Eli the Computer Guy here for the Daily Blob, where I shake my brain nipples every day so I can get some of that good YouTube money and I can afford to provide you folks free hands-on technology education. Silicon Dojo, silicondojo.com is my pride and joy. We do in-person technology education classes in Durham, North Carolina. A lot of AI topics right now. We just did our first class there a couple of days ago. We're going to be doing our next class in a couple of weeks. If you're interested in actually attending an in-person class, go to silicondojo.com and you can learn more about what we're doing. So anyways, this is an interesting story. Give Trump his due. A lot of people say, Eli, you have TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. And yeah, a lot of times I talk about a lot of bad stuff that Trump has done. Simply because he's doing a lot of stupid shit. But there are certain things where things might be getting slightly better. I find this fascinating right now with the whole crap that just happened with Jimmy Kimmel. All right, so Jimmy Kimmel made a bad joke. Was it a joke? Was it a statement about the Charlie Kirk killing? And then, I don't know, Trump went after him, the FCC went after him, he got kicked off of the air for a couple of days until there was blowback, and everybody who was out there was like, this is proof how evil Trump is, that he is trying to violate freedom of speech concepts. And the weird part is, like, normally I love to bitch about Trump. Because again, my God, he's doing some stupid shit. But this was the one time I was like, did you see the last guy? It might be the whole lived experience thing, right? If you did not have to live as a content creator over the last fascist dictator of the United States, you might realize that this fascist dictator, in this particular instance, isn't doing anything that particularly remarkable. So that was a thing under the Biden administration, and the Biden administration decided that they should control how people communicated on social media, right? So here was the thing, right? In the United States, in the land of the free, with free speech, with a lot of policies that Biden was pushing out there, a lot of folks were pushing back on it, right? Again, everything from COVID, the COVID vaccine, to how COVID was created, a whole bunch of different things. And what's really curious under the Biden administration is government officials, and this is fully fucking documented, government officials went to the different social media companies, and they basically said, we're not telling you what you're doing is illegal. What we're telling you is your company is under scrutiny, and if we find out that what you're doing is illegal, we'll punish the hell out of you. So, make your own decisions. Make your own decisions. And again, this is documented. This is fully fucking documented, right? And so the issue with this, right, is all these social media companies basically put out these draconian policies about what you can and cannot say about certain topics. Now, the funny thing is, right, the right side of history knew, what you were supposed to say, so this was fine. This was fine. CNN, NPR, all of these media journalist outputs applauded the crackdown on bad speech. Anyways, the problem is, as I've talked about before, right, is that when you put filters on things like speech, basically the filters just simply will not work properly. They just will not work the way you think they're going to work. I did a video during that time period where I talked about getting the vaccine. I literally had gone out, I got vaccinated, I did a video talking about why I got vaccinated, and I got hit with a community guideline strike for violating the rules. Because somewhere in that video, I made a joke about COVID, and that somehow got flagged in their automatic system, and so I got punished. right? I talked about that before. So again, doing commentary videos at that point, back when I was willing to talk about Fauci, my brain just can't do it anymore. Anyways, but it was talking about the national health, the NHS in Britain was literally breaking under the strain of COVID, right? So you had British government officials. It was breaking under the strain of how they were trying to deal with COVID. And so I did a video, and I was talking about the systems, right? The government says what they want citizens to do, but if you don't build logistical systems, right, to be able to support what the people should do, it's not going to work. You can't just say, you can't just flap your gums and say how the world should be, and it is, right? You have to build the system. Anyways, I did a video talking about, the NHS is breaking under COVID. I literally got a community guideline strike. How dare you say anything bad? And it was like, but I'm reading from it was like the BBC. The BBC is talking about the NHS breaking under COVID. Fuck, right? So anyways, this is under the Biden administration, and it hit a lot of people. And again, when you hear about the Biden administration, the big thing that'll come up is Alex Jones, right? Well, Alex Jones got punished. But you gotta realize with a lot of this stuff that it's more than that. Oh, you think Alex Jones should be able to say X, Y, or Z? One, basically, yeah. Honestly, basically, yeah. But two, you're not looking at all of the other people that get affected by these speech bans. And so I think that's one of the interesting things that's going on now is now in the social media world, the speech bans are being rolled back. We saw this from Facebook. Again, Mark Zuckerberg came out. Apparently, Mark Zuckerberg found his ball sack somewhere, or somebody's ball sack, and so he came out and he literally railed against the Biden administration's interference in their communication programs. And so what's interesting now is we're now seeing YouTube. YouTube is now, they're not backtracking necessarily, they're just coming up with a new system. They're just coming up with, we realized that there may be problems with our old system, so in this time, we just decided to come up with this new system. Anyways, YouTube prepares to welcome back banned creators with second chance program. So if you created content that was so horrible and bad on YouTube that you got your channel banned, you can actually now come back and create a new YouTube channel if you jump through their particular hoops. Again, I find this to be curious just in the current time frame that it's coming out now. It's coming out in October of 2024. It did not come out in October of 2023. And it's just curious, and that's where I talk about, like with politics, one way or the other, like the person in office, hate the person in office. One of the things I really want you to understand is, again, in this modern world, politics is driving so much of technology implementation right now. Everything from artificial intelligence to social media to so many other things, right? The person in office, how they are putting their thumbs or their entire asses on the level of levers of power really does affect all of us. YouTube will evaluate each request individually, but copyright violators need not apply. A few weeks ago, Google told Representative Jim Jordan that it would allow creators banned for COVID and election misinformation to rejoin the platform. It didn't offer many details in the letter, but now YouTube has explained the restoration process. YouTube's second chances are actually more expansive than the letter made it seem. Going forward, almost anyone banned from YouTube will have an opportunity to request a new channel. The company doesn't guarantee approval, but you can expect to see plenty of banned creators back on Google's video platform in the coming months. So if people got banned from YouTube, they may be coming back soon. I don't actually know who's got banned from YouTube at this point, so I don't know. It'll be curious to see what our YouTube feeds look like in 6 months. YouTube will now allow a banned creator to request reinstatement, but this is separate from appealing a ban. If a channel is banned, creators continue to have the option of appealing the ban. If successful, the channel comes back as if nothing happened. After 1 year, creators will now have the second chance option. So if your channel is banned, you can appeal the ban. If it's still banned, basically what they're saying is after a year, you can come back and you can try and get another YouTube channel. Quote, we know many terminated creators deserve a second chance. Really, you know that. You know that. It's funny. Who taught you that? Who gave you the idea that banned YouTube creators deserve a second chance? I'm curious. The blog post reads, noting that YouTube itself doesn't always get things right the first time. The option for getting a new channel will appear in YouTube Studio on the desktop, and Google expects to begin sending out these notices in the coming months. However, anyone terminated for copyright violations is out of luck. Google does not forgive such infringement as easily as it does claiming that COVID is a hoax. The readmission process will still come with a review by YouTube staff, and the company says it will take multiple factors into consideration, including whether or not the behavior that the channel got banned is still against the rules. This is clearly a reference to COVID and election misinformation, which Google did not allow on YouTube for several years, but has since stopped policing. Huh. That's curious. So at one point, this was bad enough that YouTube was policing it, and now, for some reason, they stopped. The site will also consider factors like how severe or persistent the violations were and whether the creator's actions, quote, harmed or may continue to harm the YouTube community. Someone who successfully appeals a ban gets their channel back with all its videos and subscribers. However, returning to YouTube with a new program is like getting a new channel. Creators will have to rebuild their following, but they can re-upload videos from their original channel, even the ones that got them banned, provided the content is not against the YouTube's current rules. This comes just weeks after Google and YouTube parent company Alphabet agreed to a $24.5 million settlement with Trump over suspending his channel following the 2021 Capitol Hill riot. Trump's channel was reinstated by Google in 2023 as he ramped up his third bid for the White House. Creators who get a new channel under this pilot program will find all is effectively forgiven. While they will need to rebuild their subscriber base, they will be permitted to apply for monetization as soon as they reach the necessary channel criteria. So yeah, this is just kind of, the social media world changing under the Trump administration. So that was the thing. Under the Biden administration, right, the people that he liked were protected, and the people that he disliked, he had the government go after. And under the Trump administration, the people that he likes are protected, and the people that he doesn't like, he has the government go after. See, that's the problem. That's the problem, boys and girls. The problem is that the President of the United States has way too fucking much power over the actual levers of communication in the modern world, right? Just because the current guy is using inappropriate systems to do things you like doesn't mean the systems are appropriate or good. Right? When Biden was fucking around, that was not good for society. When Trump is fucking around, it's not good for society. Just because, a group of people liked how this guy is screwing around and a different number of people like how this guy is screwing around, it doesn't make it a good thing. So anyways, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes at the end of the day. Social media. If you haven't gotten off of social media yet, maybe now is the time to get off of social media. I don't know. It could be curious. Are you still that into social media? As I've talked about that before, the only social media I really use, that I actually use, is YouTube. And the only reason I use YouTube is because I make money here, right? It allows me to advertise for Silicon Dojo. It allows me to make money. But that's the only reason I turn it on. Like, if I stop doing these videos, there becomes no reason to log in, right? So, I log in, I do the videos, I upload the videos, so I'll watch some stuff while I'm doing that. But otherwise, I don't really care. Again, I'm not on Facebook, I'm not on Blue Sky, not on Twitter, LinkedIn, again, just to share stuff. I don't know, are you over social media? Like, are all of these people going to come back to essentially a ghost town? It's like you go back to this place that you always wanted to get back to, and then you find out everybody else has moved on. Yes, I'm finally allowed to go back. And then you go there and everybody else has moved on. It's no longer the cool place to be. I don't know, is that what social media is gonna be? I don't know. Put your thoughts. Put your thoughts down below. If you like these videos, give us a thumbs up. If you hate these videos, give us a thumbs down. Call me amazing. Call me a moron. Just be a real Lutnick and do it down there in the comment section. Do remember SiliconDojo.com. Silicon Dojo is my real pride and joy. We do in-person classes in Durham, North Carolina, in a place called American Underground. We just did our first class on AI and Olama a couple of days ago. We're going to be doing a class on OpenAI's API, how to use Python to create scripts that are able to use their AI as the back end, artificial artificial intelligence. If you're interested in that, make sure to go to silicondojo.com. And with that, see y'all later.